Connected it to YouTube, and I'm live.
Sweet.
Apparently.
Hi.
I hope it's working through YouTube.
It's your maybe let me go look.
Double checking is literally going on your own phone and looking.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, it is working. So everybody at home, it's it's working.
Cool. All right. And I did share the link with Joe and the other guys.
Yeah.
Actually,
Cool.
posted up in. Where else was I going to do that?
In the shameless self-promotion section.
Yeah, shameless. That's exactly it. Shameless self-promotion. Oops. Literally just sharing. What is that? Ron's computer video.
Whoever that loser is.
Oh my god. Hey, Eric's in the chat. He's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he's all right. What's a BlueSCSI?
What is a BlueSCSI?
It's like a regular SCSI, but you're just holding it too tight.
Yeah. It's like this, but better. See?
Oh, look at that. Man, they're taking a beat.
Winner! Alrighty, Root. Here you go. Here's Macintosh. Friend people. Bye. All right. Back to the movie. It's so good.
It is. It's pretty great. I mean, if you only watch one movie where people get attacked by giant leeches, make it this one.
I've never actually seen this movie before, but when they popped on with the suits, that just kind of did me in.
Yeah, there's lots of people in these movies that are just like, I made exactly one film, and by God, I hope people remember it forever.
Yeah. Oh, the theremin music.
Yes. Well, it was cheaper than hiring musicians. Oh, he's
tinkering with some PowerBook stuff, or what are you up to?
I'm charging a PowerBook battery right now, and just hanging out, hanging tight.
Do you have the PowerBook like battery utility to show you?
No. Tell me about this.
It's a dock extension, and it did come in the Mac OS 7 install.
Oh, where it like shows the little battery meter?
Yeah, it'll show you the battery bar.
I've got that.
Yeah, I just want to let you know that that's not going to be accurate at all with those aftermarket batteries, because milliamperage is just like 10 times as much. And
right.
The only indicator that you're going to know that the battery's actually like dead or dying is like when the machine just shuts off.
Yeah. It was funny because earlier, actually, I'm topping it off right now. Earlier it was like, your machine's about to like turn off. It's like connect to AC power immediately.
Yeah.
And if I unplug the cable from it, it 100% will just like that battery meter will go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was pretty impressed with a couple of them that I built. My PowerBook 1400 C there. I had that thing going for probably about 6 hours before it even started to complain. Thank Mr. Jeff Bezos for the affordable rechargeable battery cells.
I don't know about that. Can we thank his ex-wife instead?
Yeah.
Can we thank Dr. Manhattan for synthesizing all that lithium?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay. I love that. That's so forward thinking that it's when Watchmen came out, that was identified as the thing that was holding us back was battery technology.
Yeah.
So, and it's just like, oh, it's I'll just synthesize as much lithium as you need. Enjoy.
Is it actually capturing the audio for the movie as well?
Not right now, it's not. And that's because with StreamYard, you would have to use a mixer. So you would have to use something like that banana mixer.
Oh, really? Okay.
I can't really see my start menu because I've got a PowerBook in the way. But like Voice Meter Banana is the one that I use. And basically what you can do is just be like, oh yeah, add this source, add this source, add this source, and then you can have it like gather other stuff, and then that's your output instead of having like just your sound card be your output or whatever.
Yeah.
So
now you get all these convoluted solutions when you start putting program over program.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm like 15 apps deep to make this work.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. This PowerBook 150 is probably going to run forever with this super battery, and then it's got an SSD in it, so it's like no problem.
That's one of those SCSI SDs.
Well, this is something that, or I can't remember which one. I can't remember what I put in this one. It's very possible that it is one of those DOS Dude 1 SSDs. I'm thinking that's what I put in it. Like a 64 gig SSD. I mean, so it's just like I'm anywhere near using that much space or anything on it. So it's got like 4 2 gig partitions.
Yeah.
And it's like the first one is just like the operating system. The second one is all my apps. The other one's games. And then there's like one that's just called blank. You'll never guess what's on it. Hey, 1-bit for your dreams. Did you get that thing I sent you? Oh, Peter Potamus.
The CRT does need alignment. I'm really sorry.
I think it looks great.
I picked up a look at my beautiful face here for a second.
Yeah.
Talk to you about what I just picked up. I got this beautiful Samsung Sync Master the other day. Basically for free.
Nice.
It's one of those kind of like faux flat screens.
Yeah.
So like the glass is extremely thick, and if you look inside the actual CRT glass, you can see it's still a curved CRT on the inside.
Yeah.
But then they flattened it off. Real smart.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just had that open the other day, just kind of inspecting things, and I was kind of mulling the idea of adding RCA and speakers to the inside on the VGA line. But yeah, I don't know how deep I want to go.
Because why not?
Yeah, exactly. It is a nice display, right? I don't have anything that's 17-inch crisp display that goes that high for us. My only other monitors are like a Commodore 1084 1702.
I picked up a 20-inch Sony CRT recently.
Oh wow!
It's sitting on the floor here. I still need to test it. I've had it for several weeks, and I've made no efforts to test it, but I didn't realize that it has a chip in the screen.
Oh no!
So, but talking to the guy was like, and I was like, "Why do you need to disclose this?" And he was like, "Oh, you can't see it when it's on." It's like, okay. I'm like, all right. Well, I noticed it and it's off. I don't expect it to get better when it's like on, but
yeah.
Okay, brother.
Just buy it. Take my junk.
So I'm like, all right, sounds good.
Yeah, the fellow that was selling the Sync Master. Actually, I told him like me being able to leave the house with my infant daughter is a little tricky. So
right.
Let me know a window when you're free. Maybe I can head out on the weekend. And he's like, "Well, I can drop it off for $5." Yeah, that works. Let's do it.
Yeah. Battery minder.
The gas prices these days. Why would I want to drive my car?
That's true. It just seems like a waste of gas.
Right. Wife and I are saving up for the electric vehicle here, probably in the next like 4 years. I'd say.
Oh yeah.
Not saying I'm an expert at what kind of battery technology is out there, but I think we do need more lithium or a different source. You know?
Yeah. I'm not sure what the answer is, but
Buy a used Prius. That's all I'm going to say. Just do that.
Steve has a Prius. It's like from 2009 or something like that, or 2008.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like I forgot that the Prius was hybrid and not just pure electric. I'm like, dude, your electric car is like very, very loud. And he goes, oh, that's the engine. I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I completely forgot.
It's funny because the Prius still kind of gives people the clout to say like, oh yeah, I'm saving the environment, but you forget that it's still got a gas engine.
Right. I do. I like the it was, I can't remember who said it, but it was like Prius, the silent killer.
Yeah. My other buddy Steven, not the Steven, but Steven of Satanic Mac has a Prius as well, and
yeah,
he's pining for an upgrade to get into like a Tesla or something, but this Prius is just so damn good, and there's no reason to like ditch it.
Right. How much is 9,300 Kelvin? That's, now that I understand like what
Color temperature.
Hold on, no.
Well, something like 5,600 is pretty cool.
Kelvin to Fahrenheit. Okay, so 9,400 Kelvin is like on fire. That can't be correct then.
What is this in reference for?
It's an app. There's like a battery monitoring app.
Yeah.
That I'm just taking a look at, and one of them said that the battery was 9,400 Kelvin, and I'm like, that doesn't seem right.
It's measuring temperature in kelvins.
Yeah, I guess because there's a thermistor right there parked next to the battery, so just in case it gets like really excited.
Yeah.
Oh well, shit. Oh, I'm using the wrong power brick with this thing. Yeah, no fucking. Yeah, no fucking shit. That's probably going crazy. Okay, hang tight, brother.
That's when Ron caught on fire. I'm putting 30 volts into a 10 volt.
Okay, so today I learned that you can plug the 24-watt PowerBook power cable into a PowerBook 150, and it does not just catch on fire.
Yes.
So
that's convenient for anyone out there who wants to save money on power.
Yeah, sunny times. I just yeah, that's kind of scary. Can't believe that I did that.
Movie over already?
Oh yeah, dude. It's like, I think that movie is like 55 minutes long.
Yeah, really.
I didn't even guess what
was going on towards the end. Like they went for a swim and blew up the leeches.
Yeah, it just had to be it just had to be long enough for like somebody to get like, you know, for the girl to get like enough nerve to like let the boy like touch under her bra, and then everybody went home. So
what a day and age where you can just go online and look at public domain movies.
That too. Oh, actually, I got a ding on my channel because somebody was like, "Oh, he's using our movie without permission," and I'm like, "What movie could that be?" "Oh yeah, Plan 9 from Outer Space," and I was like, "Say what?"
The most public domain movie of them all.
Right. It's so public. It's so in the public, this domain.
So you got a ding, but was anything resolved from that yet?
I don't know yet. I'm about to find out.
Are you gonna be, like, okay financially? That is YouTube, like, gonna be able to compensate you for
No, it doesn't. The video itself wasn't monetized, so I'm not really sure like what anybody was really getting bent out of shape about, but
Yeah.
it's I'm like, they're like, well, you can't monetize this video, and I'm like, oh gosh, I wasn't monetizing it anyway, so I guess I'm good, thanks. So it's like, okay, so let's see, did let's see, did they withdraw their thing? Maybe it looks like they withdrew their thing. I don't
Somebody
know.
just accidentally clicked the button for report.
Maybe. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, because again, and the thing that's funny is I posted a video on YouTube so long ago that basically YouTube, like anytime somebody uses the like the same public domain thing that I used, I get a notification that says, hey, do you want to shut these people down?
Yes.
And I'm like, no, no, I don't. Thanks. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I often go to the public library and I'll check out books, but I'll rip out all the pages.
Oh yeah, sure. Why not?
No one else is allowed to read this.
Oh no, it still has a copyright. It says ineligible. This video can't be monetized. So I don't know. I wasn't monetizing it anyway, so it's sort of like, okay.
So I was doing an experiment yesterday. You'll probably
Yeah.
get into this.
Sure.
I was using Dream Booth extension added into Stable Diffusion with my web UI, and I've been practicing with training the AI on my likeness, which I shared a
Yeah, I saw that.
real
real terrifying.
Yeah. So and then I started training it on your face.
Oh no.
And for some ungodly reason, it started complaining that I've run out of VRAM anytime I try to increase the steps for it to learn and increase the quality and all that.
I mean, that sounds.
And I really don't know what the difference is between my face and your face. It's not making it work, but there you have it.
Interesting.
So no results to share with that one just yet, but I'm getting there. My end goal is to copyright your likeness.
Ooh, nice. Be like,
start my own Ron's computer video.
I gotta pay my own stuff to be able to like show my own face around town.
See if we can get your likeness going on like Avatar, and then get your voice copied over. Just have AI script for like certain videos of.
Oh sure.
Certain subjects. You can just retire now. You won't have to do anything. You can just sit back and relax.
Oh my gosh, that'll be so amazing. I would love to make like a AI movie where it just sticks me and my voice in. I mean, it's only going to be like 10 minutes long. It doesn't have to be anything amazing.
Eric sent me the script for a good little satanic Mac like graphic novel or something that he had some AI spit out, and it was just absolutely hilarious. Like the little nicknames they'd come up for all the little characters, and
that's funny.
Oh man, yeah, I should definitely do something like that. Do a little comic book of the SMC gang. Tell you what, I think I'll build a couple of 30-pin Sims.
Okay.
Did those guys show up in the mail undamaged?
Yes, yeah, it's that stuff's upstairs. I need to take a look-see at it.
Excellent. Yeah, they're fun to build. It's pretty damn easy to just with the footprint of the legs. It's not it's not underneath, so it's easy to just drag solder.
Well,
I also got these FRAM chips for. Remember N64? Did you ever have one of those or play one of those?
Yeah, I had an N64. Actually, I had it and I got rid of it because I was like, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure.
This again.
Yeah, I was like, I played Mario 64 and I was like, damn, that was kind of like the best game on this console. Yeah. And I know a lot of other people were like, oh my God, GoldenEye. They were like, GoldenEye. And then later Smash Bros. And things like that. And I was like, I don't know. It was like, I think I went over to a friend's house and he was like, check out this game I rented. It's weird. I don't know if I like it. And I was like, what's it called? And he's like, Resident Evil. And I was like, it was like one of those moments where I was just sort of like, wow, this is really great. And so I immediately sold my N64. I sold all my stuff and I turned around and bought a PlayStation 1 and never looked back.
Yeah, there's a lot more adult-oriented kind of graphic games on the PS1, that's for sure.
And then a friend of mine was like, hey, you like Castlevania, right? And I said, yeah, Castlevania is pretty cool. And he goes, well, check this out. And he showed me Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
And it was like, and I had to go buy new shoes because it knocked my socks off and they shot through the ends of my shoes. And I was like, wow, this is really great. But I couldn't find a copy at retail. And so I never bought it until years later. I played his a few times and I was like, wow, this is quite a bit of fun.
I think I have a copy of that actually downstairs and it's missing the jacket.
Oh yeah.
So I drew my own with a vampire looking guy and it just says Candle Quest on it. Like
Candle Quest.
Anyway, yeah, I do have the FRAM chips for the N64 memory safe packs.
Yeah.
But these also work inside of Game Boy cartridges for replacing the RTC clock batteries.
Yeah.
So you can toss those inside and then you won't have to use the CR232 button cells anymore.
That's cool.
And you'll never lose your save game. Oh, but I don't play Game Boy or anything, so I don't know why. Well, it's not that I don't. Like I used to, but obviously now with kids,
right?
They've gone and ruined all the fun.
I know these kids. What with their, their various things that they enjoy,
right?
Like food and health insurance.
Oh, calm down.
All right. I found a pretty good little battery monitoring application here called My Battery.
My battery.
My battery and me.
Come on, stay at temperature.
Hey, so when I solder together these memory kits, let me ask you, what temperature should the iron be at, would you say, since we use the same iron?
Do we?
No, we don't.
I have a few different Hackos. I do have the one that you're talking about, the FX 888.
Yeah, I've got a very, it's all eights. It's all eights all the way down.
It's all going to be the same. I usually use about 375 to 400 when I'm doing this kind of stuff, just because I can touch and go, leave it. Because these pads are pretty fine, or the legs, I should say, are pretty fine.
Yeah.
So having like a lower temperature just doesn't work because it's not going to move the solder fast enough.
Yeah, I think by default it turns on. It's like 700 or 800 Celsius.
Boom.
I think that's like the default temperature. Hey, it's Steve. It's Steven from Mackles 80 Vackles.
McDonald's 84. Hello. Yeah, feel free to hop on here and entertain the folks with your wonderful anecdotes.
Yes. Won't you show for me? Because I'll show for you.
All of the folks, all of the 2 or 3 internet people.
Steve, you'll be pleased to know that me, as the PowerBook 100 expert, accidentally plugged the 24-watt power adapter from like a 180 or a 180C or a 165C. I plugged it into my 150 and like had it left it plugged in for like 20 minutes and it did not catch on fire. So small miracles, I suppose. I mean, I don't know. I've got several 150s now, so I've got actually like one like dead as doornail board, and then I now have a couple of these. It works. I mean, it's still working. I mean,
it's one for every occasion, really.
Yeah. I will say that the PowerBook 150 supports, on paper, supports 2 or like just, black and white, but it does support 4 grays. If you turn that on, the display has a lot of trouble displaying it. But if you had an application that absolutely required it, it would be maybe nice to have and never use. Oh my gosh.
I have a 170, I have a 180, and I have a 145.
Yeah.
And I've never actually just sat down to use them.
Yeah.
Like I like the passive matrix display on a couple of them, but
I do too.
It's like a big Game Boy.
It kind of is. My plan is at VCF Midwest this year, I want to bring my PowerBook collection because I have one of every 100 series PowerBooks, with the exception of the 190C, which is not really a PowerBook 100. It's really like a PowerBook 1 or 500 series kind of machine. So my plan is to put these all on display, and I've been slowly sort of like getting better. Actually, every one of them I have right now has a working monitor, which is nutso.
Yeah.
So I have a working display for all of them. So I really want to have at least 2 of them where I really need to buy like another battery from you, or you need to let me pay you for this one, and then you need to let me buy another one from you. So that way because the idea is I want to have at least 2 of them out there where people can play Spectre or something like that.
Yeah.
And I want to have it because I've got like a 180, so that has like the active matrix display. So I want to have that running where people can be like, oh, wow, this is an active matrix display and it's really, really nice. And then I'll have my PowerBook 150 there, which I honestly kind of prefer. And and just have it as another machine, and they'll be like, oh no, this monitor sucks.
Well, we do have that second battery here waiting for you, so I just got to pop that in the mail now that we know that Customs isn't too picky over it.
Yeah, they don't care. They were like, who's sending it? Oh, it's Drake. It's cool. It's
It's from Canada. It can't be.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just a box like full of SERP. SERP. Actually, let me show you something kind of neat. I have, looky here. I probably just need to send you this. This is just, it is a empty case. There's no batteries inside this.
Yeah.
But it's got, I mean, I don't know if it'll work because as you can see, it's got lady lumps where it's wanting batteries to be laid out in a very specific sort of configuration.
Just eyeing that, does it look like it's bigger than double A's?
No. Yes, it does. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because I opened your battery up because when I got it, it kind of like there was a little jiggle sound. And so what I did is I've got a couple of these a couple of these 165C, or not 165. Oh my gosh, 6500. I got a 6500 feet. These are the little legs on the bottom.
Yep.
They have this rubberized thing, and it was perfect. That's just what I needed. I just like stuck it down at the bottom of the battery, and now it's like there's no movement.
Nice,
yeah. So
I can put some like anti-static foam or something in. Like that one moves it a little tiny bit up and down.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't move this way, but it's like if you move it that way, it does. So I didn't know, and I was like, maybe you had it like glued and it came unglued in shipping or something. So I opened it up, I stuck the little rubber in there, and it was like, oh, no problem. So, but I don't know, like something like this, I just thought that this was kind of neat, and I kept it just because it is weird. But check this out. It has like a switch on the front of it, which it doesn't lock, it doesn't do anything. It's just a switch.
What?
There's nothing, like if you open it up, there's nothing wired to this to like turn the battery on or turn it off.
Right.
It's just there. It's just the weirdest thing. And on the back side, like very much like camera batteries and stuff, it has a switch back here that you can flip to be like, oh, okay, it's hot, or I'm sorry, it's charged, or it's flat. It's just like the strangest little thing. The cells inside were corroded. It was terrible, and I was just like, whatever. So I pulled it out and I kept it because I love whimsy. But yes, all of my PowerBook screens are at Steve's house, and not just screens. Steve, don't forget, you have my one and only chiming PowerBook 100 motherboard, which probably needs a recap, and then you have my PowerBook display, which needs a recap, and then you have all of my DC to DC inverters, all my inverter boards, including the one for my PowerBook 100. So it's like I have two. Oh, they're not sitting there right now. Are they sitting there? They're not sitting there. I have two PowerBook 100s, but neither one of them power on. Neither one of them chime. Neither one of them nothing. It's really sad.
Well, they're all Steve's now.
Yeah, they're at Steve's house now. That's like saying it's in God's hands now.
It's in God's hands.
Yeah. It's like, well, do you think anything's gonna? I don't know. It's in God's hands now.
I forget which corner of the basement it was in. You're gonna have to wait till next year.
You know, it's honestly, that is not an untrue statement at Steve's house. He has a lot going on. He's got a lot of stuff down there. So
He's a busy guy.
Yeah.
No pressure though, Steve. No pressure. We'll get it eventually.
Yeah. I saw something really neat on eBay that I would love to purchase, but then again, I don't want to purchase. But I want to share it with Steve, but I don't want to share it with Steve because I know he'll buy it.
It's one of those things.
And it's not that I need it or that I need to be the exclusive owner of it. It's something, it's Mac related that does not appear to be in any way archived anywhere. Because I would totes love to be able to get this thing. So I'm going to send Steve a link. Steve, check your Discord and then maybe go buy. You can tell me if this thing is rare or not.
This is just a copy of a Carta 95, Ron.
It's got the Windows 95.
Windows 95. Carta 95.
It looks cool because if like that would be a great thing for my display. Oh, Steve, you have that thing that I just linked you to? If you do, send me or like put it on the garden because it does not appear to be there. Or maybe I'm searching for the wrong thing. Oh, the CD version and the Laserdisc version. The CD version is great because I'm just thinking I would love to on-screen like in-store demo stuff. I want to put that on a couple of my PowerBooks.
Is that what that is? Is like in-store demo?
Yeah, it's a on-screen demonstration CD for the PowerBook 150, 280C,
Oh, nice.
520, 520C, and 540C. So the because PowerBook 150 is the very last 100 series PowerBook that was ever released by Apple.
Yeah.
And it was weird because it's IDE. It's basically a Duo in a PowerBook 100 case. It's a swapped around Duo motherboard, so it's very strange.
Dropping the PowerBook history knowledge on us.
Yeah. No. This is on-screen demonstrations. I mean, well, I only sent you one link on Discord, so it would be that link. So go to Discord. Check your link. No, Steve. go to Discord. Click the link I sent you on Discord,
Steve,
and then you'll see. You don't have to name everything it's not.
Put down the keyboard.
No, it's not the teacher planning CD. No. This is something, and it does not appear to be. That link goes to a teacher's planning. Oh, well, Steve, I don't know why I did that. So give me 1 second. Because there was a couple of things that I saw out there. So give me 1 second. Let me do this again. Okay, there you go. Try this one. Yeah, this appears to be the right one. Sorry, because there was two things that the same seller had. But there you go. Sorry, that's on me, Steve. So you're just drag soldering those little connections there. So how big of Sims does this make?
This is a 60 megabyte 30 sim.
Nice.
So if you're doing
Steve, no one has it. No one appears to have it, Steve. That's what I'm saying.
Nobody's got it. We need it.
No one has it. It is currently unarchived, as far as I can tell. I didn't check archive.org. Let me do that real fast before I say no one has it.
Nobody has it. It's rare. It's rare, but is it look Steve Jobs Apple rare?
Yeah.
What's the minimum you can install in a SC30? 2 sticks?
I think if you have an aftermarket ROM, you can put in like 2 sticks as long as they are in bank 3 and 4.
Right. All right.
So you could do some weird stuff with memory on that.
Thanks for the memories.
Now, if you're running the real ROM, because it's gonna it would fail because it's those other aftermarket ROMs don't do a RAM test, or a lot of them at least don't. I guess it comes down to how they're configured.
I've got a big old bag of these things built because I have a 950 coming.
Oh yeah, nice.
My friend Kei Koba in Japan.
Yeah,
that's been sitting in his guitar repair workshop for like the past almost 2 years now.
That's awesome. Yeah, cool.
I purchased it, I guess, probably sometime in 2019, really, right before COVID kind of locked down Japan Post.
Yeah.
So we just haven't had the opportunity to send it out until now.
Yeah. I have a Quadra 700 that has, I don't know how much RAM. If you read Apple's spec thing out there on their website, it says like 20 megabytes of RAM is the max that it supports. And I'm like, that can't be right.
I think Quadra 700 64.
Yeah, I was because it's there's 4 on the logic board, and you can put in 16 meg 30 pin SIMs. So 68.
Here's our little ROM sim here, and I have the TL886 programmer actually in the mail right now, so I can build a few of these. So,
and I think I have one, but I can't remember if it's the SMC version or if it's like the who's
Big
the other
wires.
Yeah, maybe it's the Big Mess of Wires one, because if you put 755 on the machine, it will not boot.
Yeah. So we picked up after his project because he wasn't developing it anymore, and we got permission to pick up where he left off. So
yeah,
I'm absolutely elated that we're able to get the help to build the graphic user interface for people to just kind of plug and play their own icons. So that's always been my stretch goal for something like this, was being able to have your own icon. Yeah, even a QR code. Get your Crucible app.
Nice.
Ron approves.
Ron approves.
Ronald approves. I'm going to pull out something that I think might be interesting. Two things, actually. Not this Hunger Gem. Let's unplug it. Bye-bye now. This one.
I would say pick any of them, because it doesn't really matter, because you lose. No matter what door you pick, you lose. Well, here's nice. A boxed Geoport adapter. Love it. I say pick door 2, because it's the worst door. Ooh, I like it. I wish, oh my gosh, there's like an OEM, there's somebody selling an OEM version and somebody else is selling the retail version. And I used to have the retail version of the Geoport.
Nope, that's just a second. But it's nice. I'll give it that.
Adam recently got another Quadra 700, and I guess it's damaged. Like, it must have got something smashed through the front of it. So there's a big chunk kind of above, like below the floppy, but above like where the speaker would mount.
Right, yeah.
And he was like, I don't know, I need to find somebody that's got like another case front so I can fix it. And I think what he decided on doing is he's gonna have like a little like T-Rex like like popping out of the front of it or something. I hope he really does that. I think that'd be very funny.
I'm in the kind of camp where if like something's damaged to that degree, I almost feel weird like using it or having it. I like things to be perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, that takes me back. BlueSCSI like version 1.0 C or something, like really early on, and just tossed it here in a static bag.
Oh yeah.
Are you smelling batteries? What are you doing?
I am. Because they smell, it was weird because I opened up the thing. You know how lithium batteries smell?
Yeah.
Where they kind of have that weird Band-Aid-y kind of weird smell.
Yeah.
This is some kind of thing I got off Amazon. It smells like baseball cards.
Oh, weird.
Where it's kind of like it's cardboard, but yet it's also like that terrible like gum that would like,
yeah,
you got to chew it just right or it's gonna impale the roof of your mouth.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's like if Captain Crunch made gum. So anyway, I bought a bunch of batteries to play around with, but I got all my stuff from my battery kits. But Joe's like, hey, you really should just use the PCB, the pick and place, and do the PCB assembly and all that type of stuff. And I was like, yeah, I probably should do that.
Yeah.
And so I worked it out where it was like, oh, this is really inexpensive because I think I can get like 30 of them made for like $40 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, or actually, no, the cost of manufacture on the single battery version is about 96 or 98 cents. The dual battery version, it's about $1.25. And so I was like, Joe, what do we charge? And he goes, well, don't forget, I'm going to charge you 50% if you want to put them in my store.
Mhm.
And so it was like, do you just double or do you think about, I was like, $2 or, $3 or I don't even know. I put it all out on GitHub so people could just download it and do whatever they want to do.
Oh, nice.
If people needed one made, there'd be an option to do that. So, but I also, my little PowerBook 500, I made some adapters where, because the PowerBook 500 has like a weird little jack on the back of it, and the power bricks are strange. They're really, really fragile, and they have a lot of problems. And if you can't open, if you try to open it, you're just going to shatter them. So it's like, at that point, it's like, ugh, what do you do? So I made a PCB that basically, it's so simple. It's like, here's a DC barrel jack, and then there's just some pads on the board on the other side, and you can get those jumper like male or male to female or female to female, whatever you want to buy, jumpers for like breadboards. And then what you do is you clip it, you solder it to the pad, and then you can just go, here's 16 volts, enjoy, now boot and do things,
please.
And so I was like, yeah, that'd be really great. And I think people would really like those. And so I did the cost kind of breakdown on that, like nearly $4 a piece. This is like a postage stamp board.
Yeah.
But I guess because the part is those barrel jacks, it requires a human to do it.
Yeah.
And that human wants like over $3 to do it per thing. And I was like, yeah, there's no way. These will have to be something I would do.
So everything pick and place outside of just the barrel jack, or just entirely?
There's only one component, and it's the barrel jack. The rest of it would have to be something that I would solder or the end user could just decide whatever they're going to do. But I think the real solution on those is actually because it's through hole. So you would just get in there and you would desolder that and just put a regular barrel jack inside the PowerBook 500.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could just use like an off the shelf 16 volt, power adapter for like a sound bar or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so much more convenient.
Yeah, it'd be really simple. Cause I think those soundbar power adapters, cause it's only an amp, or it's 1.5 amps to charge the battery and 1 amp to like power the system.
Yeah.
So you could decide where you wanted to like wire that in. Technically speaking, I think you want to have both voltages present for the highest performance on that machine. So I think it will like underclock the processor ever so slightly, or give you some performance issues if you don't run with both. But I haven't ever experimented with it because everybody that has a PowerBook 500 just wants to give them away because they don't have a power brick. They're like, these things suck, and I'm like, I kind of agree, but. So what movie is this now, Drake?
Vincent Price, Agnes Moorehead, The Bat.
Oh, yeah, The Bat. Yeah.
Hey, this is the first, what do you call it? Well, did we name our own product? I forget.
Say what? It's the first one?
This is the first Bellis drum. The BlueSCSI.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
If I can get it going.
Do, 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 do.
And the BlueSCSI is red, so you know it's fast. Wife was just reminding me that I need to tune up the baby stroller because we're supposed to be running a 10K marathon. 10K is not a marathon, but
yeah.
Yeah, I need to lube up the wheels, or else the baby's not going to go very fast.
Nope.
Come on, do the beep beeps. This is actually a Quadra 650 inside this Quadra 700.
I don't blame you. I'm not a huge fan of the Quadra 700. I like the case, but it's not great. It's got a lot of limitations.
Yeah. Well, let's just start off with the amount of RAM you can put in here with the 72-pin Sims.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You still get the same slots. You still get 3 new bus and then the whatchamacallit.
Right, but it's also 33 megahertz instead of 25 megahertz.
Oh, there's a beedly boops.
You still have a PDS slot, so you can use the DOS compatibility card with it.
I would if I could figure it out.
What do you mean figure it out?
Oh, I've had this thing sitting here forever.
Yeah.
I've never actually just like plugged everything together to get it going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's the adapter board I did, but
yeah, I know. It's cool.
I don't know. Never tested anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I have the cables to do it right now, but certainly looks fun.
Is that the DX266?
This is the 486.
Okay.
SX.
Okay, yeah. So that's the first version of the card.
The Houdini. Who done it? Who done
it? Yep. I actually I think Frank sent me an extra sound card for one of those.
Oh, nice. Yeah, because those are just like a little daughter board.
Yeah, it's like a subset ISA bus.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did with it. It's somewhere around. Oh yeah, it's right here.
Yeah, sure. That little connector there.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's like a Vibra 16 Sound Blaster.
Yeah, it is. And what's great about this is this chipset actually they use on, like, it's not just like for that one. I mean, there is a Vibra card, and I have it. Is this it here? Hey, maybe is this it? Yeah, this is it. Okay, cool. So peep this, kind sir.
Yeah, the exact same chipset.
Yeah, well, sorry. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's the exact same chipset. So what I was able to do, actually, there's a very slight revision difference or something in the model number, but the whole thing that's interesting about it is that on this card, oh man, I'm terrible at this game. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so down on this corner of the card, it's like pin 30 or something like that, is basically the output for the MPU 401. And you can this header up here for like a wavetable module.
Yeah,
there are no components there. I mean, it's just a trace that goes directly from the pin for MPU 401, or basically like MIDI send, or like the command to send it to whatever your MIDI device is. Yep. There's nothing on the board between here and there. It's just a trace. And it also tones out to the port, like the MIDI send or MIDI out or whatever. So you could, in theory, tack a wire onto this and just run it outside the case and hook up like an MPU 401 or like a sound canvas or something like that. Or like any of these aftermarket kind of come on, brain, wavetable cards or anything like that. You just drop it to ground and that's it.
There's so many projects now too for
there's Yeah, Mont and all those things. Yeah.
I still haven't built it, but I have the Gravis Ultrasound remake.
Yeah, the Pico Gus.
Yeah, Pico Gus. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
1-bit is all into that.
Pretty cool, but it doesn't fit any of my Macintoshes. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, it happens. But something that is kind of cool is tons of Macs support MIDI stuff.
This is true.
So I actually went through and archived like every game that supports MIDI on Mac and have it all set up so that way that you can, hook them up to your MT32 and away you go.
I know I've been saying it forever, but that will finally give me a chance to bust open my MIDI Mac link here. That's new box that I've never touched.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but I got that on BuyE. And it's just 2 MIDI ports and then to the serial connection.
Yeah.
But it was 4,800 yen.
Ooh, that seems like
What
lots of dollar. That seems like lots of Canadian dollarinos.
Yeah, I don't think I paid that, but
That's for the best.
Oops, it's open. Ooh, stickers.
I have never needed a hardware MPU ever, and I'm huge into DOS games, man. I actually at VCF East on the free pile. I don't know if it works, but there was a Roland IDC laying up on the shelf on the free pile, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll take that."
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
It's like
looking over your shoulder the whole time.
Yoink. Yeah, I mean it's not like an MPU 401 in the breakout box. I mean the breakout box looks very similar, but I don't really need it. But it's just mostly kind of fun. And I have it's actually right over next to my thumb. I have a MT32. I have a SC55 and an SC88 Pro.
Nice.
So to cover all the bases, I'd really like some of those cool beige ones. That look nice next to a Macintosh, but I don't have any of those.
I have the Korg NS5R or something. I'm just going off the top of my head.
Yeah.
And it is a nice little beige unit with like a orange LED display. That's a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a Yamaha. I forget the model of that one as well, but
yeah. But no, you're right. 1-bit. The you definitely don't want to run soft MPU on a 386. That'd be bad. That'd be bad. If you're worried about like playing the wrong instruments, it's because you won't be able to play any games.
Yeah.
Your hanging note bug is going to be like your 386 processor like melting down.
Yeah. Wah, wah, wah. Good night, little Quadra 650. The funny thing is, I also bought a 2CX from BuyE a couple years back.
Oh yeah,
and it has a Quadra 700 motherboard inside it.
Just okay, thanks. That's weird.
Why you do this?
Yeah. Well, I think the thing that people don't think about with the Quadra 700 that for me is it's sort of an issue is that it doesn't support thousands of colors. The onboard video or the onboard graphics does not support thousands of colors. You go like 4, or you go black and white, you go 4-bit, 16, 256, millions. And I guess that's okay, but most of the time I run in thousands because it's kind of like the gradients look pretty good. So like the OS, at least certain versions, it kind of feels like it looks better.
I have no idea what this one is, but that might do it. Radius.
Here, let me see if I can identify that. Here, hold it up to the screen. Oh, see, yours is. Oh no, wait, yours is different because your chips are on upside down.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so that probably does millions of colors.
Yeah, this does millions for sure. What version of the ROM do you have?
1994 24X version 2.0.
Okay, that's good because that's actually the version of the ROM on these is Sports Power PC. So
Nice.
you could use this in any new bus Mac. I think it may not work in a Mac 2, may not work in a 2X, but it would definitely, yeah, it's the Radius, Steve. So
did we just become best friends?
I think we did. It's the Accelerated Graphics 24-bit graphics IF by Radius 1993.
Yeah, it's also is made in Singapore.
Yeah. So whatever you do, don't spray paint any cars. Just saying. Gonna get caned.
And then the other card that was in here is Digi Design, some gigantic.
Oh, video cap, or is it audio board?
It's an audio.
Mhm.
It's also got the yellow connector though.
This is what you need.
What is that one?
This is some manner of Radius accelerator or Rasterops accelerator board.
Rasterops.
So there's actually I have there is a board that this pairs with. It's the weirdest damn thing. That the first version of this board has like 4 million discrete components on it. The version 2.0 is this.
Steve, I want it.
Okay, hold on. Let me show you the board it pairs with. And this is part of the issue. Look at all that SIP memory.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, all that SIP memory on it. That's got to be slow as shit. But yeah, but this is the board that it pairs with. And the whole idea is that you would have this in there, and then you have the accelerator. And there's like some very specific things, I guess, for plugins for Photoshop and stuff.
Right.
Where you can, it would accelerate like doing some novel sort of, novel thing.
Mask. I can enable masks.
I know. This is still my favorite. This is my favorite new bus card. Actually, Frank is sending me, or Frodo Jedi is sending me the 1-page version, but this is the 2-page. Two-page display card. This has got the 13W3 on it, and mine has actually been modified. I'm modified. Probably can't see it too well, but you see that there's like a black bodge wire back there. So what you can actually do with this specific card is you can plug this into an LCD monitor with one of those Sun 13W3 to VGA adapters. Yeah. You can plug it into a modern LCD and it'll be black and white.
Perfect. Because
otherwise it just outputs on the blue. And so it would be, it would work with like a modern LCD, but the screen's blue. So that bridges all the RGB connections, and then it's like, oh yeah, no problem. Now it's in black and white again. It's weird.
Use it with that little display that you're showing off.
Yeah, and I wasn't 100% sure that it was going to work, and I thought it might hurt the card, but I read a bunch of stuff online, and I didn't directly read that anybody had tried it, but I sure didn't get the impression that it would break anything.
Yeah,
if I did it, so I did it.
Anyway, I did it.
Yeah, I know. It's the only way to expand human knowledge is to push boundaries. So
exactly.
So I learned something dumb that no one else cares about.
Yeah. Pretty much. Steve's got some issues here in the chat.
Yeah, he's quoting Archer. I love it. Please. A man can only get so erect, or its penis can only get so erect. Well, Steve, I hope your source has a copy of that CD before it disappears off the the eBays. So, someone in Massachusetts want me to stop and grab a carload of Apple CRTs for free.
Free,
I guess I'm gonna bring a bunch to VCF Midwest. I've got a couple of like 15-inch multi-syncs, and I've got like a 14-inch, the one that's got the crazy speakers and stuff in it. It's yeah. Sexy. I mean, they're okay. I don't have any of the machines that those go with, and I don't anticipate ever having them. So, I mean, it'd look great with like a 660 AV or something like that.
You know how it goes though. Like you get rid of it, and then next week,
yeah. But I mean, I don't have space like this. Like Jeremy from or JVHS, so Jeremy Breckles came by after VCF East, and he's like, "Your basement looks huge," and I'm like, "Oh, brother, like let me tell you about like force perspective and how cameras work,
Yeah.
because this is like a 9x9 room." So I was like, "There's no room for CRTs in here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no crying in baseball." So
Nope.
I have to just I've got a 20-inch CRT sitting right here that if I put it on my table, I've got too many other projects to do first, but if I put it on the table right now, it do that shit like at the end of like the Flintstones where like the whole like the car turns. Yeah, I know. It'd be awful.
It's a bad time to be warming that CRT up next to your legs this time of year.
Yeah, I know. It's
You're gonna
warm.
be sweating.
I know. It's like, oh my god, it's just like a swamp down there. That's why I don't get it. Where Joe's like, warm up the CRT. It's time. And I'm like, what? To like get a damp cloth for your taint? Come on, man.
It's time for eye strain.
Right? It's time for every millennial in a 30-foot radius to be like, what's that sound? Oh. I could hear it as a young person too, but I just didn't care.
That's how you knew your ears were working.
Mm-hmm. I was just so excited to be there.
I remember probably about 10 years ago, it was kind of the fad for downtown Victoria and a lot of businesses in our area to have this like high-pitched audio deterrent.
Yeah.
That was only really targeted at youth, to keep them from loitering. So you'd be outside of like London Drugs, like near the bus stop or something, and it'd just be like the highest pitch ringing, and of course you would want to be there. But like here I am in like my mid-20s, I just want to shop.
Right. And the thing that is so dumb about that is it's sort of like not to talk politics, but it's sort of like how young people very much end up being the target of various political groups, and how kids are the problem. Like, oh, these kids, they're just so lazy, they don't want to work, or it's these kids, they did this thing I don't like. They like the TikToks and all that
Pokemons,
type of stuff. Right, yeah. And it's like youth culture is like poison. I mean, immediately forgetting that you used to be a kid.
Yeah.
And it's like, and these kids grow up and they vote, and they vote with their wallets too. Yeah. So it's very easy to be like, oh yeah, I mean, I made your life appreciably worse, but you should still support me financially or support me politically or whatever. And it's like, these kids have a long memory. And I think, and with people being more and more connected than they've ever been, it's very easy. That's why there's been this pushback, especially in the United States, against like youth standing up against like, social issues and things like that, where it's like, what do these kids know? It's like, it doesn't matter what they know. They've made their mind up.
And it's certain states now in the U.S. are trying to pass laws to encourage, I guess, certain age ranges for social media access.
Yeah, that's just, you basically, I think that there's a number of states now, they've already passed laws that basically you can't go on the internet without like parental permission. It's like, well, that's kind of, I don't know of any kids that are like, F you, mom and dad, I bought a $70 a month cable modem. I don't know where that's happening, but I mean, to go to schools and things like that. So I think that it's one of those things where I think that there's probably some Luddite parents, some parents that had their brains like legally removed and replaced with cement, that are like, I don't want my kids on the internet at school. And so they're like, okay, well, we don't just turn them loose on the internet. And I don't know any school that just has just unfettered internet access for kids.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, kids are smart and they are going to figure out their way around any kind of barrier you put up. I was a kid. Yeah. I was a kid too. And if you told me I couldn't do something, I wanted to do that thing. So I'm not sure. I don't know what happens to people that they forget that they used to be a kid and what it was like to be a kid, and how they just somehow think that that it's oh well yeah it I think it's people that are like high on the smell of their own piss, that
Right.
they have not just admitted that. And anybody that might be watching at home, this is 100% true. I just want to let you in on the grand secret, which is nobody's an adult. It's people are just, anybody that has themselves convinced that they're finally like an adult is a liar, because you're just a kid with bills. So you're still trying to figure things out, and you figure it out all the way up to the day you die. It's there is no, life isn't this destination. It's like adulthood isn't this destination. It's just a journey. It's the weirdest thing. So you look at other people and it's very easy to be like, oh man, they've got their shit together and they're doing this and they're doing that. And I look at their car, I look at their house, I look at their life, I look at their spouse, I look at their whatever it is that you have fixated on as being this thing that you arrive at, that this is what, if I just got to make 5,000 more bucks a year, and then I'll finally be happy. If I just got the new S series, I'd finally be happy. And I think those are the most like sad people. like I'm not pity sad, but just like conflicted, never happy. It's nothing is ever enough. Like there's no way to fill that hole. And so I think that it's like when you finally just admit to young people that being like, there is no being an adult, that it's just like you're just a kid that's still trying to figure it out, but you've just got more responsibility. You're potentially dragging along other kids now on your journey. So I know it's a weird tangent. Sorry to go off on that, but I was.
It's fine. We dropped 2 viewers during it.
It's fine. It's fine. It's.
I think they shouldn't have like an age range in which, social media can be accessed through schools. I think much like the roads of the internet, the pathways and, intersections, you should have a license, kind of like your driver's license, in order to go on it. Yeah. Think about that one. You got to do a test.
Yep. With the gamepad. Nice. Hopefully not the Gravis gamepad, because that's terrible.
Yeah, when it was new back in the day, it was pretty. Yeah, because it's what you had.
Yeah, it's pretty abysmal. And I just remember there are several games that just don't care for it.
Yeah.
At like because I roll it out like every Halloween. Like there was like 3 games, because there's Wolves in the Woods. Or actually, there's Frankie's Castle, and then there's Wolves in the Woods, and then there's Creepy Castle. And it's, I saw it. I need to watch your video. I'm sorry, man. But it looks great. I just wireless PlayStation 4 on your Mac. I'm really excited to check that out.
It's pretty cool. I like the idea of being able to do that.
What I really want is a ADB optical mouse.
Yeah,
I think that's well in the capabilities of somebody in our community to create something like that, where it's just you take apart your bus mouse or your Apple desktop bus mouse or your bus mouse 2, and you just pull the PCB out and you put the other PCB in, and now it's ADB and it's optical.
It's optical, kind of. They did that with the Amiga. I remember, because I was looking at those PCBs and just kind of wondering, like, how can I get that to work on Macintosh?
Because
then I went on a tangent, and then I designed and built this, which is an Amiga mouse.
Oh, it's gigantic.
I have the
super tank.
Yeah, it's a tank mouse, but I have the guts for like a modern wireless mouse kind of built into this, as opposed to just the old Amiga guts. And I resin printed the housing myself.
That's really cool.
But, that's kind of the opposite direction that I wanted to go.
I actually have an optical ADB mouse. It's Mouse Systems, and it's just got the single optical pickup.
Wow, yeah.
But the problem was I couldn't find a mouse pad for it for like a very long time.
Is this one of the ones that needs like a reflective mouse pad?
Yeah, it's really Sorry. So it's I got this from Herb,
Mm.
who I really was hoping I'd run into at VCF East, and I didn't get to bump into him. But this is he sent it to me in a 8-inch floppy sleeve, and it says "Dude Worst" on it. So, and I was like, "What's that mean?" He goes, "Oh, it's the worst condition one I have," and I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." But I did a bunch of research, and I figured out like the exact model number that I needed for the optical pickup in that mouse. And so I was like, "Yeah, do you got one of those?" And he's like, "I got one of those." Whoa.
Beauty. Whoa.
Yeah, it says "dude." Somebody etched "dude" in the corner of it. And he's like, "Well, I don't know. You're not going to want it." And I'm like, "You need to test me. You need to test to see if my PayPal account works.
Yeah.
To
really.
see if I want it or not." But yes, I want it. And so I got it. It's you can't really tell, but it's got like a very fine grid on it. And I know that people have made like, oh, it's like a print your own at home.
Yeah.
And I've tried that, but it's not, even if you print it like 1200 DPI or something crazy, it's still not quite fine enough. You'll move and it'll lose tracking and it'll kind of jitter and move around weird.
So it works even just on like a matte surface with that grid somewhat?
Yes, if you print it like on a laser printer or something like 1200 DPI, like it's got to be high DPI, and then it'll be like, oh yeah, no problem, it'll sort of work.
I had the understanding that it's because of the reflective surface that it was detecting the breaks in the
and there's two colors, so it's kind of or I think it's two colors. I know some of them use a red and a blue grid, and then there's two optical pickups that are tuned for that. But to look at this, I think it's just they're very small little squares, but I'm colorblind, so I'm looking at it, I can't really tell, and I've not asked anybody else here. But here's the receipt. Oh, I probably need to obscure my shipping information, but here this is the world's most expensive mouse pad. PayPal fee. I paid $1 to pay him with PayPal, $30 for a mouse pad. But I finally had it, and it's the worst one he has. It's dude worst.
Yeah. How is the accuracy though on a Mac?
It's really amazing. It's really amazing. Yeah, it's like even like the DPI is really, really high. So even if you have your stuff set to like trackpad or something, it's really like very fine control. So if you were an artist back in the day, I would say that it would be worth having. Yeah, I would say it'd be really nice.
Because we've all been there with the either the trackball or even just the ADB mouse using like just kid pics for an example, but Photoshop. And just the jank you get from trying to do a straight line, or you're trying to make a mask and it's just no dice.
Like you're moving, everything's fine, and then sorry, it's
oh, you hit a speck of dust or some dirt that was on the roller.
Right. Yeah. Just so terrible. I don't
miss those days doing it 24/7. But I enjoy doing it now.
Yeah. All right, let me see if I can pull this battery out without it wigging out. Oh, I just pulled it out, and it's not warm. It smells great. It smells like Drake's house.
Yeah,
which is it's like lilacs and cat box. It's weird.
Lilacs and cat. I don't have a cat.
I know. I'm choking. But no, it works. Let me plug it back in while it's on and see what happens. Oh wait, what the hell? I pull it out, and it still thinks it's in there. I pulled it out a second ago, and the window went blank. And so I put it back in just now, and the window came back. So what happens if I unplug the power? Yeah, if I unplug the power, it's been sitting here charging for quite a while. It says like 4 hours and 15 minutes. Could be longer than that. I just need to set up a timer and just let it run down. That'd be a great stream. I'll do that sometime.
Make sure that obviously you have this
Eric, have a good night.
Always on, and
have it playing a demo or something, or actually, no, I need the whatever it is, because there's like there's like a Mac hack thing where it's like a full screen clock.
Yeah,
I need to do that. That's the way to go, in fact.
Sorry, I'm just noticing who this masked man was. Oh. Yeah, I can't say I've seen this movie either.
What movie is this?
The Bat. It's still.
Oh, The Bat. It's still playing. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this maybe once ever.
It's been going for an hour already.
No doubt. It's probably got 3 minutes left. All those movies are just so short, like those William Castle movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how much was the film back in the day?
Expensive.
Can only it's like one reel, one shot, one take.
Yeah. Sorry, that's it. You get one shot to do this. Oh wait. Gavin Gordon. Oh yeah, that's why. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'm just looking at like all kinds of like stuff that people did that. Anyway, those old movies, they're so crazy. They so crazy. I'm reading a book right now that was recommended to me by Eric Shapiro of the Grouch fame. It was called Late Night with Mac Hack, and it's about those Mac Hack conferences in the 80s and early 90s. It's a pretty good read. Just kind of talking about the the conference and all the neat stuff that kind of came up there. And I guess like those early ones, if you were lucky enough to be at those early ones and you did something neat there, like Apple recruited a lot of people from those events. So it seems like that would be like a very fun place to kind of hang out. You kind of meet some of the luminaries, like the Blue Meanies and all those people that were in charge of like making System 7 and all that. So
it's funny how the opportunities would have presented themselves back then, but nowadays it's like you're either going to jail or you get recruited by the company.
Right, or you get recruited by the government.
Yeah. after they arrest you.
Right. It's like, well, sorry, you get to work for us or you go to jail.
I just wanted to play Half-Life 3.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I wanted to play it early. You don't understand.
Bye-bye movie. I'm going to look at some eBay. PowerBook 520C. Only 149 USD with 80 shipping.
You should full screen. You should share that as like your full screen, and we'll make fun of people's eBay auctions.
Oops. CRT overlay. Remove.
Overlay. That's my favorite Beck album. Overlay.
Full screen.
Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. No, hun. No. Go down to the bottom and click present and then pick that window and just blip.
Oh, dude, I'm doing OBS here.
No. You do that inside StreamYard.
Yeah, you crazy. All right, let me
just click present at the bottom and then pick that window. And then it'll shove us over to the side and it'll be a nice big
present. Share screen. This one.
See? Beauty.
Look at you on the internet.
I know. I've been playing with this for a bit.
Right?
Yep.
So yeah, this is what eBaying is like for a Canadian late at night.
Mm.
Usually it's all listings in America.
Yeah.
And the shipping prices are always at least like $100 Canadian.
Yeah, no doubt.
Apple Macintosh Plus. What's written on the front here?
Look at that color composite monitor. G bus. Good night.
All right, I'm ending it there. The wife's giving me the
oh no,
kicker.
I understand.
All right, folks. Thanks for coming out. Namaste, Mr. Ron. Thanks for
having me on, and thanks for this beautiful battery. It's really great.
Yeah, we'll have to get together here soon to do some RAM simules and
Yeah, I know. We got to do that too.
Get your machines going. All right, folks. Overlay.
Oh, he left, but he left the stream live. Oh no, Drake. Hey everybody, welcome to the Ron stream. Oh my gosh. Oh, Drake, this is not how this works at all, sir. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, since I don't think I can do anything, I might be able to present. I might be able to do something. Let me see if I can share my screen. Let's see. Late night with Mac Hack. Can I do that? Oh yeah, Drake would have to approve that window popping up. That's really sad. Yeah, Steve, if I had power to be able to do it, I'd absolutely add you. But hey, let's see what we can do to generate some viewership for Drake. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't have the ability to like add people's comments or anything like that. So sad. If I leave, then it'll just keep streaming forever. I think Mike's Mac Shack or Mike's Mess has done this a time or two as well, where they just leave the stream and it's just still running. It's just still running days later. So I think it runs all the way up to 12 hours, and then I think that's the max you can do. I don't know how long StreamYard, the free version of StreamYard, will run before it cuts people off either. So, but actually, I do have. There's a way for me to do this because I do have. Let's see. Since I'm full screen, I might be able to do this. Oh no, that would be a disaster if I did that. Hang tight. Let's see. 19-inch compy with window. Compy. And then I can bring my camera in. Hey, I did it. All right. Way cool. All right. So I can do some fancy things with here on Drake's channel. So let's talk late night at Mac Hack. Actually, I had Eric Shapiro on my channel recently to talk about the Grouch, which, if you remember, that is kind of a cool plugin or not plugin, but extension for your Mac. That what would happen is it would replace your trash can with like an animated thing of Oscar the Grouch. And so what you would do is you drag that in there, and then when you put a file in the trash can, it would turn around and it would, and when you empty the trash, it would be like Oscar the Grouch would be like, "Oh, I love trash," and it would like a little animated Grouch would come out. And yeah, really, really cute. And I've always loved that. I mean, it sold me a lot. I mean, I used to work sales, so I mean, it sold a lot of Macs, sold a lot of machines, because parents just thought it was kind of cute for their kids. So, but to actually get to talk to Eric and talk about kind of the genesis of all that stuff, that was kind of cool. And it kind of got its start at Mac Hack. So there's actually a book, and I picked it up. There was a copy that was out on eBay. It was fairly inexpensive. It's called Late Night with Mac Hack by Doug Houseman. And it basically just catalogs the early days of the Mac Hack conference and how they kind of in those early days it was just very seat of the pants. And University of Michigan, or that hosted those original conferences or supported the conferences, because they had like a GA who was really, really really excited and part of them getting Macintoshes and stuff on campus. But the problem was there just wasn't a lot of courseware for use on Macs. And so the idea is that they would host a conference and try to get programmers and people interested in developing more collegiate courseware for Macintosh machines. And so that's where the conference came from. And then years later, actually the first year was kind of a disaster, because they did have they rented some stuff at like a Holiday Inn, and they had everything set up with like, like the conference started, it was like 3 days, and they would go through and they would it just basically starts at midnight. They kick everything off at midnight. They have like programming sessions, classes, things like that, and then they'd have speakers come in and all that, and they had people from Apple and all that actually came out, like one or two people kind of the first year, but I guess it was kind of a disaster. It was just a planning nightmare and logistics and everything. So they went ahead and planned that they were going to do it for next year, but they did more to create like a board and have people actually have more defined job roles as for like running it. So that way you had people that were just specifically in charge of, your guest relations and getting your equipment for some of these things that were just really, really tough. And so the second year, I think the school dropped out. They didn't want to support it. But yet that was, I think, the year that they got Apple on board to support some things and got some vendors in. But I guess there were some additional problems that year and they couldn't get people to agree on things. And so I think year 3, like it was just basically everything dropped. And so they were just seat of the pants trying to do it again. But they got like some people, it wasn't Apple proper, it was sort of like some people that worked at Apple that were kind of excited about the event came out. So it's it's not like it's not a breezy read, man, because it's deep, because they go through and absolutely outline a lot of the errors and a lot of the logistical problems and just trouble they had getting this conference off the ground. And so and that's kind of as far as I've read. I'm only like maybe a quarter of the way through, and they're kind of starting. It sounds like the salad days are getting ready to start for the conference, but I guess there was like a hacker group for Macintosh stuff that were called Mac Hacks with an X, HAX, that they were worried that there was going to be some sort of legal problem with a hacker group. Who I guess didn't have the name of their, I mean, they didn't have a service mark or anything like that on it, or so, I mean, I'm not sure what it would really matter, but maybe they were just worried about community um reaction to all that, calling it Mac hack. Um and but I guess they worked it out, and then kind of in the second or third year actually created a service mark to kind of protect the event against people trying to come in and make copycat events or anything like that. So, but the copy of the book that I got it out on eBay. It wasn't super expensive, and it's supposed to include a CD-ROM that has like basically multiple years of all of the little hacks and programs and stuff that people came up with. But mine, like they all do, mine didn't include that. So, but thankfully it's out there on the Garden, so you can hop out on the Garden and download it. Um, I downloaded a few minutes ago. I actually wanted to check it out and see what's on said CD-ROM. So maybe I will do that. So let's see. Okay, hold on one second. Let me see if I can figure out where I put all my emulator stuff. Hold on. God, I forgot how all this stuff works. Give me just 1 second. When you don't do it every day, it's really... Oh, little ditty about Jack and Diane. Oh, well, shit. It's a zip file. No wonder I can't do anything with it. Oh, my gosh. Okay, hold on 1 second. So let's see. So I think I can... Oh, no. What did I do? Yeah, that's what I did. Okay, hold on. So let's get Basilisk 2 going here. Get Garth's disk out of the way there. Let's see. I got some system. Yeah, 761's probably okay. And then let's make sure that I can enable that. C:, Mac. Did I just dump it in the root here? Oh yeah, I did. Seems like something I would do. Neat. Ooh, this is going to be a problem. Decompressing stuff on, yeah, Drake says he turned his computer off. Yeah, this is going to be like, it's going to be some time here, because I will say that these emulators are not great on trying to actually decompress stuff. Man, it sucks. Drake is in chat. He's like, help, I've been monetized by Ron. So cool, I'm still live. Yeah, you're still live. All you gotta do is come on and stop the stream, and I'll get out of here. But oh my gosh, this is gonna take a minute. Let's take a hot minute. Figure that out. Man. Oh, golly. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, I did. I moved it out of there. Okay, good. Yeah, this takes forever. Just so painful. Best of Mac hack. And I'm probably going to need something to mount this in the operating system. Maybe I can copy it back out and then mount it. I don't know. Man, that sounds risque. But my PowerBook battery seems to be doing really well. It's been sitting here charging for like maybe several hours. I don't know. Just don't know. I'm going to unplug. Oops. Unplug the power. Yeah, it says 4 hours and 15 minutes. That's not too bad. I just don't know. But like Drake was saying earlier, the cells and stuff that he used when he made this battery is like the capacity is like so much higher than like a real PowerBook battery that